Self-awareness is the foundation of all personal growth. It's about having a clear understanding of who you are beyond what the world sees, beyond what others think of you. It requires you to look inward and reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and motivations without judgment. When you are self-aware, you begin to see the patterns in your life, what drives you, what holds you back, what truly matters to you. It's not about perfection or having all the answers, but about being in tune with yourself enough to recognize what aligns with your spirit and what doesn't. The beauty of self-awareness is that it gives you the power to make conscious choices. Instead of reacting to life based on old habits or external pressures, you can make decisions that are in alignment with your values and goals. You start to move with intention, not just in response to what's happening around you, but because you know what's right for you. It gives you the clarity to separate what you really want from what you think you should want. But here's the thing, self-awareness isn't static. It evolves as you do. It requires constant reflection and honesty with yourself, even when the truth is uncomfortable. It's easy to fall into patterns of behavior that don't serve you, but when you practice self-awareness, you can catch those moments. You can course correct before you veer too far from the path that's meant for you. The more self-aware you are, the less you rely on others to define your worth or your success. Instead, you become your own guide. You trust your instincts, your vision, and your capacity to grow. You become grounded in who you are, which gives you the strength to navigate the world with confidence. Comparison is one of the most subtle and destructive forces that can limit your potential. It's so deeply ingrained in how we're conditioned to see the world that many of us don't even realize we're doing it. From a young age, we are taught to measure ourselves against others, whether it's in school, sports, careers, or even personal relationships. We look at someone else's success and wonder why we aren't there yet, why we don't have what they have, or why our lives don't seem to measure up in the same way. This habit of comparison can feel almost natural, but it's a trap that pulls you away from your own unique path. When you compare yourself to others, you are focusing on their journey, not your own. You begin to lose sight of what makes you special, of your own strengths and passions. The reality is that no two people are the same. No two life paths are the same. What works for someone else may not work for you, and that's okay. But when you spend your energy comparing yourself to them, you're effectively trying to force your life into a mold that wasn't designed for you. You become distracted by someone else's highlight reel, often forgetting that what you see is just a fraction of their story. You don't see their struggles, their sacrifices, their doubts, or the hard work it took for them to get where they are. All you see is the end result, and you hold yourself to an impossible standard that doesn't even reflect the full picture. Comparison also distorts your perception of your own accomplishments. It diminishes the value of your progress and makes you feel like you're not enough, no matter how far you've come. You could be making great strides in your own life, reaching important milestones, and still feel like it's not enough because someone else seems to be further ahead. This can lead to a constant sense of dissatisfaction, even when you should be celebrating your own achievements. You start to chase things that aren't aligned with your true desires just because they seem to bring validation or approval in someone else's life. Moreover, comparison breeds insecurity and self-doubt. When you're constantly measuring yourself against others, it's easy to feel inadequate, like you're falling behind or not living up to some invisible standard. This mindset can keep you from taking risks, from embracing opportunities, and from believing in your own potential. You become hesitant to step out of your comfort zone because you're too focused on what other people might think or how they might judge you. And when you allow those thoughts to dictate your actions, you limit your ability to grow and achieve the things that are truly meant for you. One of the most dangerous effects of comparison is that it robs you of the joy of your own journey. Life isn't about reaching some predefined destination. It's about experiencing your own growth, learning from your own mistakes, and evolving into the person you're meant to be. But when you're always looking over at what someone else is doing, You miss the beauty of your own process. You stop appreciating the small victories, the lessons learned, and the personal transformations that come along the way. Instead, you're constantly striving for something external, something that's often out of reach because it was never meant for you in the first place. Comparison also fosters competition, and not in a healthy way. When you're focused on how others are doing, you start to see life as a race where there are winners and losers. But the truth is, life isn't a competition. There's room for everyone to succeed, and someone else's success does not diminish your own. Yet comparison makes it hard to see that. It tricks you into believing that there's a scarcity of opportunities, that someone else's win somehow means a loss for you. This scarcity mindset creates unnecessary stress, anxiety, and pressure to perform, which ultimately hinders your ability to tap into your full potential. When you get caught up in comparison, you also limit your ability to innovate, to think creatively, and to carve out your own path. You become so fixated on what others are doing that you stop thinking outside the box. You may start to replicate what you see working for others instead of listening to your own intuition or following your own inspiration. This stifles originality and keeps you stuck in a cycle of imitation rather than innovation. When your focus is on someone else's blueprint, you're less likely to take the bold steps needed to build something truly unique for yourself. In the end, comparison not only limits your potential, but it also drains your energy. The time and effort you spend worrying about how you measure up to others could be used to invest in yourself, to develop your own skills, and to pursue your own dreams. In the end, your journey is your own, and the moment you stop looking to others for validation is the moment you begin to thrive. Focusing on yourself, on your growth, your goals, and your growth, your goals and your truth frees you from the limitations of comparison and the weight of others' expectations. When you embrace self-awareness, you gain clarity and power, allowing you to live with intention and purpose. Comparison, on the other hand, drains your energy and dims your light, keeping you from fully realizing your potential. The key is to remember that you are enough just as you are, and that your path is unique to you. Invest in that, nurture it, trust in your own abilities, and let your focus be on becoming the best version of yourself, not on how you measure up to anyone else. Because only then will you truly soar.